How's it going, everybody? The Cello Joker's back again. We are going to be doing a little bit of a different video today. To kind of celebrate 100 subscribers, I was going to do a different video, but for the time being, this is going to be the video which is going to be going over a lot of the gadgets, mainly actually the kits of the game. So before we get into that, I want to go over something from the Ring Game Boost 1 and 2 video. So to clarify, I didn't do the Speed Machine kit. I actually set up a gadget set here to only have the Speed Machine kit, and we are going to test the Speed Machine kit versus itself on J Iota to see if it has Ring Game Boost 1 or 2. On top of that, I want to test it against Speed Machines to see if there's a difference between running Speed Machine kit versus running Ring Game Boost, and we're going to make sure that the speed is the exact same between the two. So we'll get to that in a second. So here we go. We're going to just do the same lines that I remember doing. So go straight here. I think I got up to like 180 or 190 something, but this bend will tell us for sure what we get. So we're looking at about 192, 193, 194. So this looks like Speed Machine Kit is a Ring Game Boost 1, specifically, guys. So to anyone that was curious about it, it is Ring Game Boost 1. It is not Ring Game Boost 2, because we'd be upwards of 204, 205 probably right about now, with ease. But we won't get to that 200, 2425 mark till here. See? So this is Ring Game Boost 1, unfortunately. So to anyone that was thinking Speed Machine Kit might be better, unfortunately Speed Machine Kit is Ring Game Boost 1, so I just Anyways, that's all I wanted to clarify. Back to the video at hand. Alrighty, everybody, on to the real video. So, we're going to be going over all the kits in the game, and we're going to be kind of comparing them to the individual counterparts that you can actually add to the kit combo. Or not the kit combo, the gadget set. So, each individual gadget versus their kit variant, and if their kit variant has any viability or not. Now, in this context, what does viable mean? So, viable doesn't mean if I slap this with level 4, would this be viable? Viable means if we took into consideration the current metagame and the current state of the metagame, how much potential do these gadgets actually have in the current state of the game? So, the most viable gadgets, and you should be able to figure that out. Somewhat viable means they might have some potential, or there may be some way to use them, but level 4 or other stuff like the Ring Game Boost builds or bagging is just that much better. Fun, non-viable kits that are not viable at all, but they're very fun to use, and it's very hard to not use them if you want to have a lot of fun with the game. Meme kits are literally kits you should just try to avoid as much as possible, and just use them for only goofing around, trying to screw with people or screw around. And then finally, the 100% avoid kit is a kit that is so beyond garbage, in my opinion, that if you play it, you are actively putting yourself at a massive disadvantage. So let's just start off. We will have, some of these kits will have background footage to go with them after I place them, so just be watching for that. But we're going to start with the most viable kit of all of them, in my opinion, which is actually Drift Charge Kit. So, the reason this kit is the most viable among all the other kits is for two reasons. One, you get unconditional stat bonuses without having to sacrifice any stats. And two, it buffs a universal mechanic with drift charging. What does this mean? So, the Drift Charge Kit specifically targets Drift Charge level 1 and level 2, makes them significantly faster to charge, and makes it easier to handle any vehicle you use. I think, without a doubt, it is probably one of the most viable kits, if not the most viable kit, because in the current metagame, using drifting gadgets is the main staple of the game. There's a reason why level 4 plus 3 drift gadgets is the main meta. There's a reason why drifting to level 3 and trying to get as many level 3s off is the best way to play the game. There's a lot of reasons to it. I think the problem with Drift Charge Kit is it specifically just wants you to use level 2s and level 1s. It incentivizes it because it has Drift Charge level 1 and 2. Whereas for going 1 slot cheaper, actually no, 2 slots cheaper per gadget, but technically 1 overall, just slap on level 2 and level 3 quick charge. And for 1 slot, you get level 2 quick charge and level 3 quick charge without the stat bonuses, because the 3 handling, it's very minimal. There's only very few builds that actually allow you to have that 3 handling come into effect and matter a lot more. Next, for the next most viable gadget, if not one of the more viable gadgets, I would argue Boost Character Kit. This kit is absolutely amazing. So, Boost Character Kit is a kit specifically designed around getting air tricks, getting rings for those air tricks, and accelerating off those air tricks. So it has Air Trick Expert and Air Trick Bounty combined, and it gives you 7 boost for the cost of 5 power. An absolutely amazing deal. It gives you more boost, which is amazing. It gives you Air Trick Expert and Air Trick Bounty, which is just an amazing combo. And even if you slot this in for Air Trick Expert and Bounty, it's the exact same amount of gadget slots of 3. And what makes it even better, no matter how you configure Air Trick Expert and Air Trick Bounty, Boost Character Kit can literally just get slotted in and you'll get the same amount of gadgets in total, no matter how you slot the other two or its individual parts together. Without a doubt, absolutely amazing. This is definitely a kit you should be looking to try to use or have some fun using. I think these are 2 really good kits. And the third kit that I would say is the most viable, I would say the third most viable kit is Handling Machine Kit. What is Handling Machine Kit? This kit is specifically, and I kid you not, specifically fair and balanced level 4. So what do I mean by this? So technically, I say fair and balanced. What I mean by this is it's a 3-slot gadget that gives you ultimate charge. So it's a 3-slot gadget with ult charge. You can't do Tech Drift plus level 2, level 3. You have to either do level 2, level 3 plus something else. You have to do Tech Drift plus level 2, Tech Drift plus level 3, or you have to completely fix around your build. Not only that, it does give you 20 handling for 20 speed. I actually think that's actually a detriment because the speed matters more than the handling, in my opinion. I would say at worst, it's a somewhat viable kit, but because it specifically has ultimate charge built into the kit itself, and it gives you 20 handling, if you can't handle certain turns, this is probably the kit for you, and it's not bad. Like, genuinely, if you hate level 4, yeah, obviously you should be like, here, avoid it, but if you want to try out level 4 and you don't want to run the Tech Drift combo, you can use this. It's just better to use ult charge on its own and make a gadget set with ult charge. But if you want to have 20 extra handling and don't care about the speed loss, this is a pretty solid gadget overall for people that want to try something unique or a little more memey, or just want to play the more balanced version of ult charge, which forces 3 slots rather than needing anything else. So now, what are the somewhat viable gadgets? I have one gadget in mind that is potentially the somewhat viable category. It is Item Hoarder Kit. Item Hoarder Kit is a kit that gives you an item for each lap that you complete. So on completion of lap 1 and 2, you'll get 1 item each. So you have a mini roll of Dark Chow every lap, and it gives you inventory plus. So you are getting your own mini Dark Chow, and you get inventory plus, which is 3 slots total, and you get 3 inventory spots, and you get 2 items guaranteed. Funny enough, this is a net negative compared to Dark Chow, because Dark Chow will give you 3 items if you run it with Inventory Plus. But here's something cool about Inventory or Item Hoarder. Something very nice about this. Item Hoarder specifically does not get hard countered by slicers. One of the biggest issues with Dark Chow, genuinely, if you like running Dark Chow started like I do, is you have to worry about people running Slicer, or throwing Slicer, or getting slimed or thrown at you. Or if you're trying to front run so you can use it lap 2, then you have to worry about weights. With Item Hoarder Kit, you actually don't have to worry about this. This prevents the case scenarios of I'm going to drive forward, or I'm going to be a little bit back and then get sliced, and now you don't have Dark Chow and you have to waste it. This prevents the waste and gives you inventory plus. There is actually some potential with this gadget if you don't like running Dark Chow and you don't want to worry about people hard targeting you because you run Dark Chow. I do think there's potential with this. Like, I think there's some potential with this gadget. I just wish it wasn't 3 slot, but the fact that it is makes it balanced, because otherwise everyone would be running this because it's inventory plus. It's just better. But I do think this is a really fun gadget. I've tried it a few times. I think it's awesome. There's definitely some issues with it, but I think it has some potential viability if you know what you're doing and you practice with this a lot. But I think it's fun. I do think it's fun. And just to re-clarify, this is not viability against level 4. This is viability just in general from my perspective. I know from other people's perspective, they'll tell you that this is a terrible gadget, but I actually think there's a lot of potential with it because it gives you 2 items unconditionally just for using it, and you don't have to worry about getting sliced and losing your Dark Chow that you're saving to try to get 3 speed items bagged or get 3 items in general with inventory plus. Next, Acceleration Machine Kit. So Acceleration Machine Kit gives you 20 acceleration for 20 boost. That is already horrible. So why do I think it's somewhat viable? I think it's somewhat viable if you don't count it with quick recovery. Actually, let me change something. I'm going to change it to fun non-viable, specifically because Acceleration Machine Kit is quick recovery, but you get 20 acceleration for 20 boost. Why is this bad? So the problem with Acceleration Machine Kit, if you run this with an acceleration machine, there's 2 issues. One, you want to be able to keep it with the pack with quick recovery, and you want to be able to take hits and not have any issues, which it has built in quick recovery, which is nice. The other issue is if you run this with an acceleration machine, this is genuinely just like beyond bad. because acceleration machines actually have the slowest drift charge in the game and the lowest amount of boost in general. So if you ever try to boost at all, this kit will literally prevent that and make it impossible to do any boosting, which makes it really hard to catch up with these packs, especially later. I actually think because of that, I might move it down to meme kits. It's definitely in here. The only reason why I'm not putting it all the way in avoid 100% is because it has built-in quick recovery. Yeah, the only reason I'm avoiding putting it at the very bottom at a 100% avoid is because it has quick recovery. And quick recovery currently in patch 1.2 is very nice. It is a very fun gadget. It's very nice. And it's another way to play the game without having to use level 4. I think a lot of people like it for that reason. I think if acceleration machines were better, I actually think this could be a little bit higher and somewhat viable, but I think because you're running basically quick recovery, but slightly worse because of the fact you're running acceleration machine, if you want to get the 20 acceleration, I think it should be fun non-viable because acceleration machines are unfortunately the worst machines in the game. It sucks, but they're some of the coolest to make and design with and all that kind of stuff. They have really good cosmetics. So if you want to use quick recovery with an acceleration machine, you can use this and get a ton of acceleration, and you can run like ring game boost 2, extended slipstream, and you get tons of acceleration. It just makes quick recovery better, all sorts of stuff. It's basically like a better quick recovery with acceleration vehicles, but unfortunately you're losing out on any potential to drift boost at all. So it has a major drawback to it. That's why I say it's fun non-viable instead of somewhat viable. Next, power character kit. This is definitely a somewhat viable gadget. Now, why do I say this one particularly? Why not Power Machine Kit? Power Machine Kit, and I'm going to put both of these up here, is more of a meme kit because Power Machine Kit sacrifices 20 handling for 20 power, which in the current metagame, power is not that important, unfortunately, and it's arguably the worst stat in the game when it comes because it only defends you from losing 2 rings or making someone else lose 2 rings, whereas this only gives you 7 power for 5 handling. So you're losing significantly less handling, and you get 2 things. You get extended slipstream, and you get collision boost, whereas this only gives you collision boost for 20 stats. I think that makes this more viable because with this build, it incentivizes you to run a power character, maybe run like an Iggy or something, get 7 more power, lose a little bit of handling, bump into people to force them to lose rings, give yourself a speed boost, and allows you to slipstream easier. It's a very fun gadget. I don't think it's non-viable because the stats it sacrifices aren't that damaging, unlike with Acceleration Machine Kit. It could go either way, but I think if you want to have some fun and you want to try something with Collision Boost, I'd probably say slot this in and try this out because it gives you Collision Boost and Extended Slipstream. Granted, if you want just Extended Slipstream, just slam Extended Slipstream on. Collision Boost is kind of whatever. Like, genuinely, it is a whatever gadget. But if you really like Ring Thief, I highly recommend probably throw this on, do some Ring Thief type fun, because... Alright, to sell it quickly in post again. So, Power Character and Power Machine Kit, I actually looked into the stats of this. You get the equivalent speed of Ring Game Boost 1, but just for a little bit longer than with Ring Game Boost 1, so... Yeah, I would say Power Character Kit is actually going to be more of a fun gadget kit rather than a viable gadget kit. I would say that if you want to run this gadget, just run Ring Game Boost 2. Like, this gadget basically is not as viable as I thought it was. I thought Collision Boost was actually a Ring Game Boost 2 level of speed, but for a shorter period of time. It is not. The only saving grace is that you have Extended Slipstream on this, but again, just throw Extended Slipstream as your 1 slot, and it is way better than just running this. It's very unfortunate, but that's all I gotta say. Sorry about this. Back to the video. We're going right into our next gadget, actually, which is Ring Game Thief 3, basically. This gadget with Handling Machine Kit, you get 7 handling for 5 speed with a handling character, and you rob 7 rings, if I'm correct. It could be 5. There will be an editor's note if I'm wrong, but this allows you to rob a lot of rings from people. It is a very nice gadget for that. The downside is Ring Thief actually has a cooldown, so you can only steal rings every so often rather than constantly. So maybe it goes from somewhat viable to fun non-viable, because Ring Thief, unfortunately, having a cooldown sucks, but I think it could be either one. I'm going to leave it up here for now. Same thing with Power Character Kit. I think these two have potential viability, but it's very low-end viability. It's not like, oh, it's so good you have to use it. It's like, there's some potential, but I think it's more on the fun side of potential. I don't think Handling Character and Power Character Kits are the best by any means, but I do think there's a lot of fun with them, and I think there can be some viability depending on how you build your vehicle setup and your gadget set. around these two. Now, what is the next gadget? Ooh, there's a lot of kits here. I'm gonna go with Ace Pilot Kit is next, where it's gonna be fun but not viable. So Ace Pilot Kit, and this is what's gonna separate Ace Pilot and Sea Dog. So I actually think Sea Dog is horrendous. There will be some footage showing up showing all the tracks, and if not, there will be a screenshot that's gonna pop up here shortly that shows you all the tracks that have water in it and about how much water there is per track. And then we'll do the flight sections as well. The big thing with Ace Pilot Kit is there are more flight sections, especially the CrossWorlds. There are more flight sections than there are water sections, and there's a lot more flight sections that are extended rather than water sections. So most of the time with Ace Pilot Kit, you're actually going to get value from it. Plus it has dash panel bounty, not many, bounty, which gives you 5 rings per dash panel and 10 for every like blue dash panel, or if you hit the middle of air gates. So it is very, very nice and actually has some use cases. The only problem is you have flight mobility, which is unfortunately not that good of a gadget. Like, there's no need for air flight mobility, unfortunately. It's just a whatever gadget, because once you get good at the flight sections, you don't really need that mobility bonus. And it's like, if there was really tight turns, like if, say, the new stage coming out, which is Pac-Man's level, has some very tight corners that you need to be really good and precise with your flight sections, there's some chance that actually Ace Pilot Kit could be good. I just think Ace Pilot Kit doesn't have the stage yet to make it viable, and I think it's just way too niche to be somewhat viable or mostly viable. But I definitely think it's a fun kit if you want to have a little bit more fun and you want to have some ring generation along with it. I think it's at the top of fun, non-viable in my opinion, and there's definitely potential for it. Sea Dog Kit is horrible. So Sea Dog Kit, unlike Flight Kit, or Ace Pilot Kit specifically, and I kid you not, there's such minimal amounts of water, and there's minimal amounts of water sections that actually have very tight turns that are so damaging to you if you mess up on them. Because most of the time when you're on the water sections, you're actually going to get screwed up by the fact that you're getting desync shoved more than anything. Sea Dog Kit has about 10 stages where it could come into effect, and of all the stages, there are only 2 stages in my mind that are even plausible to even use this, and you just shouldn't use this in general, and those are Dragon Road and not Holoska. Funny enough, Holoska doesn't do anything because Sea Dog Kit doesn't make you faster in water. It just makes it to where you have more, when you do a trick to the left or right, it lets you go farther left or right to avoid certain things. But that allows, like, maybe on Dragon Road you could take a corner a little tighter because of it when you trick by the boat, but I digress. But I think that's, like, outside of Dragon Road and maybe like Chow Park's end section, there's really no point. Like, I don't think this is a worthwhile kit, and even then I don't even think the charge jump mobility gadget for the boat sections are even viable. It's not, like, there's really no use for it. I think if you like Sea Dog Kit and you think it's interesting, go for it, but I think overall this kit, it should just be 100% avoided. I think there's way better alternatives, and if you really need that charge jump mobility for the boat sections, just slot in the 1-slot gadget for it, please. This kit is just, unfortunately, there's nothing going for it, and everything it has going for it is just really bad. Speed Machine Kit. This kit is either fun, non-viable, or a meme. You pick it as you will. I'm going to put it at potentially on the very low end of fun, non-viable to meme kit. Why do I put it here? I specifically think it deserves this spot because it has ring gain boost 1, gives you 20 speed, and you lose 20 acceleration. So here's the thing. If you're not running level 4, you are basically getting 20 speed, which in supersonic speed at 0 speed gives you, if I'm correct, 1 more speed over J Iota, 1 to 2 at base, and it makes no sense why you would want this. Like, yeah, you'll go a tiny bit faster, you go marginally faster, but the problem is you're not getting anything else. Like, you're not getting ring gain boost 2, which is significantly better than ring gain boost 1, so you're not getting anything off of it. It's just like, this gadget just kind of doesn't do anything, unfortunately. And it makes me sad because I actually think Speed Machine Kit, if speed mattered more in this game, it could be a really solid kit. It could be, if speed mattered, I think this kit could be at the high end of somewhat viable. But because it doesn't, oops, wrong one. But because it doesn't give you more speed, it only gives you about 1 more speed, I think this kit really just deserves to be either here or a meme kit. Because let's face it, if you're picking this, just pick ring gain boost 2. For the love of God, if you want to salvage your build. Speed Machine Kit is horrible. It is ring gain boost 1 for 3 slots, and it gives you 20 speed and loses you 20 acceleration, so when you get hit, it hurts even more. It's a shame. I'm sorry to say to all the speed car enjoyers, I really think this kit is horrible. I think it's fun though, so I'm going to keep it in the fun, but it's not really that viable if you're trying to play it online. If you really enjoy it, please keep using it, but if you want to have the most speed possible, slam ring gain boost 2 on that build and get some ring generation. I promise you, you will go 20 times faster faster than you ever will with this gadget, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately for people that enjoy Speed Machine Kit, fortunately, in general, if you want to go faster, Ring Gain Boost 2 with Ring Generation is amazing. Next, here's a real meme kit. Comeback Kit. This kit is such a meme, and it's such a shame because it was with Ichiban. I am so tilted by this because Ichiban as a character does not have a comeback mechanic to my knowledge, and I'm very sad that they gave him this one. I wish they would have given him something else. I think Ichiban could have had such a cool gadget for his festival that you could have won. I guess they wanted to make sure that it was in line with the other gadgets so it wasn't like super broken and you were going to have like this opportunity of missing a really broken gadget, so I can understand why they're not trying to make it too good. But 110 rings, why not just give us 130? If this kit, I kid you not, if Comeback Kit gave you a 150 ring, if you could hold, or if Comeback Kit would let you hold 150 rings and give you 2 items on lap 3, there is potential this kit could be really good. Maybe not really good. There's definitely potential. This kit is easily a somewhat viable bagging kit. The problem is it's 2 items and a 110 ring total instead of a 150 ring total. It just, why run this? Just run Dark Chow. Just run Inventory Plus. Just run Item Hoarder. The problem is Item Hoarder is literally a better comeback machine or comeback kit. It's literally better in every way. This kit just, I'm so mad about this. Like, I am such a big fan of Ichiban, and this kit is just not it. It really isn't. I think it's definitely a meme kit. I think if you want to have something fun to do, try it. But if you want to use this kit, just use Item Hoarder Kit, I would argue. It at least allows you to have 3 items, and it gives you an item each lap, so you're getting 2 items no matter which one you choose. And at least with this kit specifically, you can do a few more fun things, where with this kit, like, because you're only having 2 items, you have to slot Inventory Plus to even get a 3rd item, and then now your whole kit's targeted towards bagging. At that point, Item Hoarder, and then just run whatever you want. Ring Gain Boost with Extended Slipstream, or Ring Gain Boost with Slipstream Bounty. There's so many other builds you can do with this, and it'd be so much better. Boost Machine Kit. Oh god, this kit sucks. This kit's horrible as well. This is a meme kit. Now, actually, we'll do fun non-viable for this. So, this kit is fun non-viable. I would say it's more viable than Speed Machine Kit for one reason. You get 20 boost for 20 speed. Hey guys, so just want to state something. You do not lose 20 for 20. So with the machine kits, it's actually 20 for 16 for whatever you lose. So you get 20 of one stat and 16 for loss on another. Boost machine kit gives you 20 boost for 16 power. So you're actually not going slower at all. This completely changes the way I actually view Boost Machine Kit. I'm just going to say this right now. Boost Machine Kit actually should go into somewhat viable because it's 20 boost for 16 power, which makes it a lot better. It is not a fun non-viable tier. It is absolutely a somewhat viable option. So please just pretend that from this point forward, Boost Machine Kit is in the somewhat viable tier. But other than that, I am so sorry, guys. Why does 20 boost matter? 20 boost allows you to charge your drift boost so much faster. 20 boost is like a mini form of the quick charge drift gadgets, right? It allows you to get significantly faster drift boost charges and allows you to take tighter lines when snaking. Now, granted, you are slower overall. You will be probably like 3 speeds slower than a Speed Machine Kit on a speed vehicle, maybe 4 at the very most. I don't know, I haven't done the testing, but there is some potential that Boost Machine Kit could be pretty fun, and it could have more viability. The biggest issue with it is you have Perfect Charge Bounty Mini. Let me clarify. So every time you charge a boost, you will get 2 rings no matter the level. You could be level 2, level 3, level 4, you will always get 2 rings per charge. This incentivizes Boost Machine Kit to do level 1s as fast as you can, constantly, to get as many rings as you can off. Here's the issue with that. You literally are wasting so much time, and you are spending more time boosting at level 1 than you are trying to get a level 3 and taking tighter lines, that it just doesn't make any sense, and it just is not viable at all, and I'm very upset about it because it could be very good. It's just not that good, unfortunately. The fact that it has 20 boost is what salvages it from being a complete meme or a complete 100% avoid. In my opinion, anything from Acceleration Kit upward, I would say you can use it, and there's some potential for it based on track or based on your build. I think Boost Machine Kit down, there's literally no reason to use these. These kits are just really bad. Okay, maybe we'll leave Speed Machine Kit up here because that's ring game. Nah, actually, no. Anything from Boost Machine Kit downward is completely useless. This is a kit you should avoid using at all, even if you're trying to meme. Why would you sacrifice 20 acceleration for ring gain boost mini? Literally, why would you get a ring gain boost 1 for 3 slots Why would you get a charge bounty for 3 slots and only get 2 rings instead of just slamming in perfect charge bounty and getting 9 per level 3? Why would you ever take a 1 slot gadget of 130 ring or even Dark Chow and get this once for 3 slot? Why would you use collision boost for 3 slots and sacrifice 20 handling? And why would you ever use Sea Dog kit when there's not enough water sections to actually make it viable? And you know what the other thing is? Another thing I didn't mention about Sea Dog kit, you literally get Air Trick Adept or Expert. I will show footage and I will have a note that says if it's Expert or Adept, and it'll show it right here. But like, why would you want that when Boost Character Kit literally gives you Air Trick Expert and you get 2 rings with Air Trick Bounty per trick? There's no reason to use this. This kit sucks. Like, this kit is so bad, and I'm so mad about it because I actually thought it would be cool. Finally, Damage Support Kit. This kit is just avoid it for the love. This is probably, I would argue, this is slightly better than Sea Dog kit, and if not, it's a meme kit. But like, this kit's horrible as well because it gives you Invincible Start, which is about 75% of the first lap you're invincible, rather than Strong Finish, which is they're both 2 slot gadgets, so you're wasting an extra slot to throw Invincible Start, which is worse than Strong Finish. So instead of having invincibility on lap 3 for a chunk of it, invincibility lap 1. And it's a shame because Strong Finish actually has had a good showing from a couple players that there is potential for it. There is some potential for it to actually be kind of nice and fun, but Invincible Start doesn't matter. I think the only thing it guarantees is potentially you get 100 rings, and then boom, you get immediately beamed by someone. It doesn't protect you from basically anything, whereas Strong Finish prevents you from having getting slimed, getting weighted, getting KB bead, King Boom Boo, if you didn't know. Like, Strong Finish actually prevents so many things, and you get to hold your defensive or speed items until the end of the lap nearly. That is huge that you get to save that, because then you get to have potentially, you can hold like a shield, you can hold shield wisp, shield laser, 3 wisp, monster truck, whatever. You can hold all these items that are super nice to have and take any cut you want without having to worry about losing it immediately. It is so nice that Strong Finish does that for you, and there's potential for it. But with Damage Support Kit, it does nothing. And what sucks more, Damage Support Kit has one of the worst gadgets as well tacked onto it, which is Second Wind for 3 slots when you can literally just slam on, and I quote, Boost Starter. Boost Starter is better than Damage Support Kit. Now granted, you can find uses for the Invincible Start potentially, but like, just run Strong Finish and tailor your build to Strong Finish, please, for the love of everything, guys. Otherwise, don't ever touch this gadget set ever. This kit is horrible, unfortunately. I think for the most part though, if you are wanting to use any of the kits and you've been kind of stuck on trying to debate on which kit you would like to use, I think this tier list should help you to tailor your decision making around, okay, so I know what each of the gadgets do, and now I want to figure out, maybe I want to use Boost Character Kit because I get Air Trick Expert and I get Air Trick Bounty. That's pretty nice. Or hey, maybe I like having Item Hoarder because I like to have Inventory plus like a mini Dark Child that doesn't have the counter of Slicer, or you know what I mean? Like, the whole point of this video is not to completely dogpile these kits as completely unviable options. The whole point of this video is to help new players and people that are maybe potentially wanting to try Ace Pilot or maybe try Comeback Kit and don't fully understand why they're good or why they're not good and what reasoning is behind each of these being good or bad. Hopefully you learned something about each of these kits. Hopefully you learned something about the game in general, like maybe how the game is played currently, what the meta is to some degree. I don't know. Just hopefully you learned something, because I can tell you right now, Strong Finish matters so much more than Damage Support, and I will keep harping on this because I hate Damage Support Kit. It's just, there's so many better things. There's even the new Mercy gadgets are so much better than this. Anyways, I'm gonna stop before I go on a big tangent. Hopefully you guys learned something. Have yourselves a great one. Sorry this was a longer video. I just wanted to find something that was a little more unique since we're going over gadgets right now. You guys have yourself a great one. Thank you so much for watching. And if there's any other last second things, they'll be showing up here shortly. Hey guys, I got one last thing in post that I want to talk about. So before I go, I just want to say thank you all to everyone that's subscribed to the channel. Thank you all so much for helping me to hit 100 subscribers. I don't have a 100 subscriber goal right now. I don't have anything planned. This video is kind of like it's kind of like just a announcement stating thank you guys so much. I am so happy about it. So I want to, anyone that's watched this point, I have 2 questions for you. One, what would you like to see as a 100 subscriber video? Is there anything in particular? Or would you like to have a big 100 subscriber stream? Or 2, if you guys want to, can you comment down below any questions that you have for me? Like maybe I can do a 100 subscriber Q&A and anything of that. I don't have any plans, like I said. I don't know what to do. But all I can say is I appreciate everyone that's given me all I can say is I appreciate everyone that has come to support this channel. In the future, I'm going to be continuing CrossWorlds. I don't care if the game dies because of one thing or another. I'm going to try to continue CrossWorlds as long as I can because I really love this game. I really love the community. Everyone's been awesome. Maybe I'll start covering some things such as Round 2 of Legend Comp, which I just got notified of today. So there's a lot of really interesting things that are happening. Maybe I could do a video talking about how you should mentally handle Legend Comp, or maybe have some videos trying to help guide people on maybe game plan development for each race, things of that nature. Anyways, other than that, once again, I thank you all so much. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you all for commenting, liking, viewing, and more, and subscribing especially. Thank you so much. This is the road to now 1,000 subscribers from here on out. You all have yourselves a great one. Happy New Year. And all I can tell you is, Round 2's on the way. You'll see me January 22nd.